Hi guys and welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back to my YouTube channel, but it should be back because I enjoy company. I don't know what those hand movements were, and I think that's going to be my intro now because it's kind of stuck. But anyways, today's YouTube video is going to be a really chill one. It's going to just be like a chatty video. I was originally going to do like a confessions video where you guys send in your confessions. I've done that a couple times on my channel. Let me know if you enjoy those videos and leave it in the comments so I can do it again. I was going to do that video today, but then a lot of you guys were sending in scenarios and asking for advice about the situations that you're in, and I was thinking about instead we would do like an advice video where you would just kind of like send in your questions, send in your queries, and I would try and answer them to the best of my ability. So it's going to be kind of like big sister vibes. So the title of the YouTube video is, of course, asking questions that you're too afraid to ask your older sister. I put on my social media, I just asked you guys like, listen, are there any questions you would like to ask a girl, or are there any questions that you would ask an older sibling because you don't have an older sister yourself? I'm obviously not a professional, but I am an older sister to 3, so I think I do have some experience. So I put a little video on my TikTok and I put some Snapchat stories and some Instagram stories up, and you guys have been sending me in questions and situations that you needed advice on all day. I've said that nothing is off the table, so you guys can really ask me anything. There's a lot of interesting DMs. Okay, some of these are very concerning. I love you all and I want you to know that I'm not judging you. Like, I'm not one to judge. I've been through the craziest shit. I have story times to prove it. So just so you know, disclaimer, I'm not judging you, but when I'm reading some of these, I'm actually kind of worried for you. Like, I'm talking to you as a friend and as a sister. This is actually what I would say to my sister right now. Shut the up. You're not going. Okay, advice video. Hi Katie, so I've been talking to this guy for a while and we've set a date to meet. The only thing is he wants to be friends with benefits and he has a girlfriend as well. I know it's immoral and really I shouldn't, but I'm thinking I'm still gonna go ahead with it because I want to, and he's gonna give me money when we meet. I'm scared because I've never met this guy before and I know it's dangerous to meet people from online. What should I do? Also, can I stay anonymous? You can stay anonymous when you're on the milk carton and you're a Jane Doe. Don't go. You sit down. You will not be going to meet this guy. If he has a girlfriend, first of all, red flag. You need to respect yourself because this will never end well. And you do not get involved with people in relationships. This guy will never respect you and never take you seriously if he's dealing with other women, period. But my main concern is the paying you part, okay? Babe, he has a girlfriend and now he's trying to pay you to sleep with him. This man is a mess. I'm actually gonna text you. I've texted this girl, so I'm praying that she doesn't go. If you need to ask me if you should go in such an obvious situation, you should not be meeting anyone. Okay, please, I love you. I'm not trying to be rude, but please. Okay, this is interesting. I genuinely want to know how girls feel when they're approached in a pub or a club. Like, you've not given each other any signals. You just think she's good looking, so you go over to talk. Because as a guy, that's amazing when a girl does it. I want to hear the other opinion. So you're asking how it feels on our end when we get approached in bars, because you like it when girls do that to you. For me personally, I enjoy being approached by people at bars. Sometimes I'm quite anxious, but that's why I don't really go out as much anymore. But if I'm in a good state of mind, obviously that's the only reason I'll be at a bar. If I'm in a good state of mind and I feel confident, I'm feeling myself, and someone approaches me and they compliment me and they say, oh, I like your style, I like what you're wearing, you look really nice. That to me is really nice, and it's honestly a bit of a confidence boost as well. The thing is, I want you to know that you need to be so respectful. Please be respectful about the way that you conduct yourself, because speaking to strangers, especially now, especially with COVID and stuff, you need to really make sure you're respectful of people's boundaries, physical boundaries, and the way that you speak to them. Because if a guy comes up to me and goes, you've got a nice ass, babes, we're not speaking. But if you go up to me and you go, hey, like, I think your style is really nice, where did you get your shoes from? Even if you're chatting shit to me, like, I'll literally be like, he likes my shoes. There's a misconception that if a person is ugly, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, obviously, that me personally, because people say this to me all the time, that I would never entertain that. Because I've talked about this type of thing before, and I've had men in my DMs being like,
now you would never speak to a guy that you think is ugly, like, don't lie.
Of course, if I'm not physically attracted to someone in any way, shape or form, then I'm not going to entertain a relationship or something further than a conversation with them. But I'm never going to disrespect anyone. I'm never going to be rude. I will always talk to them. I will always say, thank you for the compliment, I appreciate that. If I don't want to speak to them, I will say, like, I'm in a relationship, I'm not interested. It's really about where you go from there. If you've approached me in a bar and we've had a perfectly respectful conversation, we might have exchanged socials, or I might have said I'm not interested, and you stepped away kindly and you maintained your respectfulness, That is really nice, and that makes my day. That is so kind. I love that. That's great. I think we should generally compliment people more, because I think those type of things make people stay in most cases. Obviously, I'm not speaking for everyone, I'm just speaking for myself, but that's personally how I feel. I mean, when I did my Winter Wonderland video recently, I even said in that video, this is quite a lot of pressure. Like, I hope I don't get rejected, because that would really knock my confidence.
Is this how guys feel when they like pursue girls? Because it's a lot of pressure, I'm not gonna lie. It's actually quite stressful. I can't do this. This is not for me.
But at the same time, I would always be respectful. So just be respectful and I would enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? I really like a girl and I snap her and everything like that, and I speak to her daily, but I don't want to ask the question just in case it ruins our friendship. So you saying you don't want to ask her out, you don't want to make it like weird, you don't want to be like, oh, I'm overstepping. I think if it's out of nowhere, she might be a little bit like, whoa, okay, like, I didn't realize this was. So maybe test the waters a little bit, like kind of throw in a few flirty comments. If she is reciprocating your energy, if she's giving you those fast replies and she's complimenting you back, like, then trust me, like, just tell her how you feel. How do I know if I'm a bad kisser? My boyfriend and I haven't really done anything, and I haven't been in a relationship before. I don't really know how to practice or anything. When you're coming into the dating scene, trust me, like, I was the exact same. I would say honestly, take baby steps. It should be a mutual, respectful, comfortable situation, and if he is pressuring you, then he's got to go because he's a bad boyfriend. And when you're comfortable around each other, you can like take those baby steps and maybe have your first kiss with him. Completely fine to be awkward or shy. Like, you just in my first kiss. And you don't need to practice on anything, because there's no way to practice. You practice through learning through life. Everyone kisses differently. Even to this day, I'm a 20-year-old woman now, I still sometimes fumble on the first kiss because I'm not sure like if they're gonna kiss me in the way that I usually kiss people. But the difference between me when I was younger and now is I have a few more kisses under my belt, so I know how to adjust and I can laugh it off because I'm an adult and I'm comfortable with myself. And that's the important thing, to be comfortable with yourself, to trust your partner and respect your partner, and your partner respects you. No pressure, no stress, just let it flow, and when it's time, it's time, so don't worry. And if that first kiss is bad, just laugh it off. There'll probably be a few more in the future as well. And he might be embarrassed too, so don't feel ashamed. So teen pregnancy, thoughts about it. So this is a very interesting one. If you are old enough to have sex, first and foremost, you need to be mature enough to deal with the consequences of sex. I'm not just talking about pregnancy, okay? Pregnancy is not one of the only things that happens. I know when I was younger, my main fear was, oh God, what if I get pregnant? Ooh, like, no, babe. There's also STDs, STIs, UTIs, thrush, BV, women's issues, men's issues, general health issues that come with sex, not just pregnancy, okay? It's not just about taking the pill or getting a coil fitted, it's about a lot more than that. So I need you to ask yourself, first of all, if you're having sex and you're a teenager, are you mature enough to deal with that whole thing? Because a lot of people don't take that in. I'm not here to judge you, but I'm just telling you right now, it's not just about teenage pregnancy that you need to worry about. It's a lot of different aspects that come into sleeping with someone and having sex. It's about being mature. It's about being smart. So now that we've got that out of the way, I think that teen pregnancy is such a stigmatized, taboo subject. My mum was very like strict on that type of thing, and she was very much like, you're not sleeping with anyone until you're 18 and da-da-da-da-da, which actually led me to act irresponsibly when it came to sex, because I wasn't educated, I wasn't talked to about it, I didn't feel like I could trust anyone. All I could really speak to was my friends at school. And a lot of us were in the same boat. And I think it's a shame when young women that wind up pregnant are so harshly judged. We should make sex a safe topic for girls in particular to talk about. It should be something that's not so stigmatized, so that when young women do think about having sex, that they do it responsibly. And I hate especially when I see teen mums get shamed for being teen mums. Oh wow, you're 18 and you have a child, like shame on you, that's embarrassing. No, it's not embarrassing, because you're the same mother that would sit in her comment section if she had an abortion and shame her for that too. So actually this woman has gone out of her way, stepped up and said, I'm going to take responsibility for this. I want to have this baby, even if this wasn't planned. I provide for my child and I'm going to be the best mum that I can. So if you're going to sit there in her comments and shame her for that, shame on you. Because women that do wind up pregnant as teens accidentally are usually the same women that were not taught how to deal with those things and were shamed when it came to sex and don't know who to turn to and didn't have that advice. And the only person they could talk to was the partner. Probably doesn't know what he's doing either, probably doesn't even have a job, probably lives at home with his mum. He's irresponsible himself. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and say that if my child wound up pregnant at like 16 or something, that I'd be like, yay, celebrate good times. Obviously I wouldn't. I would be like, why didn't you speak to me? Because you should have been using protection. I could have fitted you with a coil. I could have taken you to the doctors. I could have done those things for you. But I will make sure that if I have children, that as a mother, it is my job to make that an open topic of conversation. I'm never gonna sit here and say to my child, you're 16 and you wanna have sex. Like, my child will be able to come to me about anything. My daughter or my son, like, they will be able to speak to me. And I'm sorry if you didn't have that upbringing, because I didn't have that upbringing, my love. So I understand you, and I'm sending love to all of you in this situation, because I will never judge a woman for that. That's a very difficult topic.
My SD card ran out of storage midway through the video. Okay, we're in Sainsbury's, and yes, we're gonna continue. The show must go on. Let's do a TikTok one. SD card. Okay, so did it hurt when you had your first time? Honestly, yes, it did. Not a lot though. I know that it's like very exaggerated. Did you know that the more comfortable you are, the less it hurts? So if you are comfortable, you're relaxed, so you trust the person, it will hurt a lot less. Again, just make sure that you're with someone that you can trust, and it will be a lot easier. And make sure that you let them know that it is your first time. And if you're not comfortable sharing that with them, then maybe you should rethink who you're choosing to share your first time with. Because if you're not comfortable enough to tell them that, then they're definitely not the right person for you, because you need to be really comfortable. And if I'm just in Sainsbury's like, your first time? Guys, they're 60p. Are you crazy? I'm getting another one. 60p.
Okay, we're back, and I got a load of shit that I didn't actually need, but I kind of did need to go grocery shopping anyway, so I needed some kind of snacks. Someone just commented birth control. I actually made a whole video on that, so I cover a lot of different topics, but particularly the implant, because that's the birth control I've had in my arm since I was 15 years old. So if you do want to talk about birth control, I will put the video here, and I'll try and put it in the eye. I've never done that before, but I've seen other creators do it and I want to do it as well. So it'll probably be up here or it'll be here, and you can find it. When one of your friends comes out as lesbian, why do they assume we have a crush on you? Oh, so you're saying when girls come out as gay, why do their friends automatically assume that they might like them? Because, oh my god, you're interested in girls, you must be interested in me. Okay, I'm presuming that you're talking about young girls, because a lot of people come out when they're young. I think that most adult women would just be like, congratulations. But if you're coming out when you're young and you're experiencing a reaction where the girls are like, wait, do you fancy me? I think it's probably because a lot of young women, they don't experience friendships with people that they might be attracted to. So like, if you're a girl who likes boys, you wouldn't necessarily have platonic male friendships in your teen years, because I think that boys are coming into themselves and they're coming into maturity, and they're kind of being like,
oh, women aren't funny, oh, video games, oh, football.
They're coming into that phase of their life. So let's say you're talking to a straight girl and you tell her, oh, I'm a lesbian, by the way, and she goes, oh my god, wait, so have you ever had a crush on me? It's because this girl has probably never had a male friend that's genuinely just a platonic friend, because a lot of boys, when they're growing up, they're not interested in girls to be friends with girls. They're interested in girls for more than that. And I'm a girl with a lot of male friends, and I've had male friends my whole life, so I know that that's not the case for every guy, but I feel like a lot of young women don't have good relationships with people that they're attracted to, or people that are attracted to them. So I think that their automatic response is always, wait, so we get on well and you like girls, so why wouldn't you like me? Because that's how it usually goes for them with boys, because they only usually talk to boys to date boys because they're young. Do you know what I mean? That's my opinion on that one. Can you caress this smooth mahogany? I've always wanted to ask my stepsister that. This is what I mean when I say that a lot of girls don't have good relationships with boys when they're young, because boys are quite immature. I know it's probably a joke, but he literally has football all over his page. Like, did not just prove my point. Boys are interested in football and women aren't funny, all video games. That's the vibe. So when a girl comes up to them and they say, I'm actually interested in women and I think we're good friends, but I don't fancy you, they're like, what? Someone that's attracted to women and respects me and doesn't treat me like an object? Do you get it? I know that there are young boys that mature faster, but not all of them do. So that's why a lot of girls have that in their brain, that okay, if you're attracted to women, you must like me because you're being nice to me and you're not making fun of me and you're not making me feel like an object and you're not sexualizing or disrespecting me. Wow. Because a lot of girls don't experience that, and it's true. And it's not an excuse either. I'm not trying to say it's an excuse for them to be like,
ew, she fancies me.
That's just homophobic. But if she's asking you genuinely, like, well, have you never liked me, then that's different, do you know what I mean? How to shave properly. I've had a lot of comments like this. I don't even need to put one on the screen. How to shave. So personally, I wax. I feel like waxing is one of the best ways to remove your hair. If you're a young person, like I'm talking like under 15 years old, maybe don't think about waxing right now because you've probably just started to grow that hair in those intimate areas and that extra hair on your arms and under your armpits and stuff like that. That hair will always be quite thin when it starts to grow. But what I used to do when I used to shave, this is my step. This is my step-to-step guide. This is my step. So this is all of the steps that I take. So you want to exfoliate first. Make sure that you're exfoliating to get rid of any of that dead skin. It will prevent ingrowns. And then you get a good razor. The men's razors are really good. You don't need to spend a lot of money, but the men's ones are really good because they're really good for like coarse beard hair. So they're good for that region and they're not overpriced. So exfoliate, get a good razor. Make sure that you also trim the hairs if it's too long down there, because otherwise you can cause yourself to have like little cuts. Use something like, I would say, shaving foam, or you can even use coconut oil. I personally use coconut oil before just to like soften the hair, make sure it's easier for the razor to glide over. But if you are going to use coconut oil, make sure you'll be careful where you put it because it can cause things like, you know, BV if it's like shoved in your vagina. So exfoliate, good razor, trim, shaving foam. Oh, make sure you're shaving in different directions. Don't just shave upwards because that will literally just cause you to have ingrown hairs. It can cut you. Like, try and follow the way that your hair grows. So I usually shave from like the sides, kind of like around, just kind of like observe the way that your hair grows and then just shave in different directions. Don't just shave in one way because you're going to miss hairs, you might cut yourself. It can just cause a bunch of problems. After you've shaved, pat dry, okay? Because otherwise if you're scrubbing and rubbing, you're going to cause yourself to have like razor burns. Pat dry and moisturize. Moisturize is so important. Moisturizing is key. I personally moisturize my body every single day. E45 is what I use and Palmer's is very good, but I wouldn't put anything too scented down there, so E45 is great for that.
You got me up all night.
Should I be embarrassed that I haven't had my first kiss yet at 17? No! So honestly, I feel like at 17, you're at a very good age where you at least like can acknowledge that you're 100% ready for things like kissing and moving forward from that. So I actually think that that's quite cool, and I think that you should feel good. You shouldn't feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's not a bad thing.
Can we do that? I had my first kiss when I was about 11 years old. I would never even look at that person twice in the street now. And they get bragging rights because they talk about it all the time. So honestly, it's good that you're 17 and you're making these decisions, because I don't remember who the f I was at 11 years old to be kissing that person. I would actually slap myself in the face.
Are UTIs natural / common? Yes, they're so common. Like, don't even feel ashamed. I had a UTI recently, actually. Yeah, no, it happens for a bunch of different reasons. It could be something related to sex, like for example, if you didn't pee after sex or something like that, which is again why I'm saying like it's a responsibility, because these things happen and it's stressful when you're sick. But yeah, it's completely normal, and you should just go to the doctor and speak to someone about it and get your medication and you'll be good. Hi, I'm an only child and I have no older siblings to talk to. I really look up to you in all aspects of life. Oh, bless you. You're so sweet. I am worried that I won't be loved because I'm not the skinny girl boys meet. I don't have the ideal body and I'm scared no boys will love me for me. Do you have any advice? Sweetheart, oh my goodness. You're literally gorgeous. I know that beauty standard wise, they say that skinny is like the ideal body type or whatever, but realistically, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I cannot stress this enough. I used to be a little bit heavier than I am, and I had guys message me when I lost weight and told me that they hated how my body looked now, and that they preferred my body before, and that they like me to have a little bit more meat on my bones and all this shit. And when I was heavier, I had guys telling me that I should lose weight and I should do this and I should do that. Trust me, we don't need to live for anyone else's approval but our own. Realistically, if they love you because you have the ideal body type, then why do they love you? They don't. They just like to look at your body. You don't want that. Trust me, I've been there as well. Like, you can't win these situations, you really can't. You just have to find love within yourself for you, and someone that loves every inch of you. And that's not going to be because of what body type you have or what size you wear. It's going to be because of a lot more than those things. That's all superficial shit and doesn't last. You need to flip this on its head. You need to think, okay, if he loves me for me, he's loving me for me, not my body type. Do you get it? We shouldn't go through life looking for partners in that way anyways. We should always look deeper than that, because beauty is very much skin deep, and also beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Like I said, everyone has different things that they like. Like personally for me, I love big noses. I think big noses are very attractive. Not everyone likes big noses. I also think that people with cats are very attractive. I don't even know why. I just think that they're very cool people, and it makes me attracted to them. So like, do you know what I mean? Like, everyone has different preferences when it comes to like what they like and physically what they're attracted to. Once you get past the initial attraction, it's all going to be vibes, it's all going to be energy, it's all going to be how you get on. But yeah, so don't worry about that shit, okay? Life is worth way more than just stressing over boys, okay? Trust me, you're perfect. Once you get a little older, does the feeling of not being enough or successful enough go away? I feel like either way, I feel like I'm not doing enough. Bro, I feel like this so much. It's a completely normal and natural thing, and I'm not gonna sit here and say it goes away. Like, you need to just change your perspective, because maturing is realizing that every single person on this earth is on their own personal journey. If you're looking across and you're seeing your friend doing something and you're like, wait, but why am I not doing that? You need to realize that most people probably have the same anxiety, and they're looking at you at some point too and going, why am I not doing that? Because we're on different journeys. When I'm really anxious, I always overthink these type of things, but then I have to bring myself back and go, listen, like, I've achieved this, and I've achieved this, and I've achieved this. This person has achieved this and this and this, but that doesn't take away from my shit, because we're not the same. Being an adult is difficult. Being a human is hard. So if you're okay and you're still getting through, like, you're doing a great job already. None of us even asked to be here, but we're here on a floating rock trying to live life. Like, we have bills to pay and taxes and shit. Like, it's difficult, and sometimes it can feel hard, and sometimes it can feel like the walls are closing in, but that's completely normal, and most people feel like that. So I don't want you to feel like, I wish this feeling would go away, I hate this feeling, because like, you need to flip your perspective. Your feelings are valid. You're just a human being trying to get through life, and it's hard. Okay, so validate those feelings and say, listen, like, it's hard, it is hard. I'm on my own journey. They're on their own journey. I shouldn't be focusing on anyone else but myself. Trust the process. Everything happens for a reason. All you can do is try your best, and it seems like you are, because you're asking these questions and you're putting this pressure on yourself. So you are trying, and that means that you're already working hard. So you just do your thing, okay? You're doing a great job. You might have just needed to hear that you're doing a good job, because sometimes I beat myself up about that stuff as well, and I just need someone to tell me. But you do you. You're focusing yourself, focusing your own journey. Don't force yourself to suppress those feelings. Your feelings are valid, but remember that you're on a different journey than everyone else, and you should focus on you. Trust the process. Okay, final one. This is a light-hearted one. Mine is kind of light-hearted. Do sisters really wish their brothers were nicer to them? Yes. I have two brothers. I know a lot of people don't know that, but I have two brothers. I have an older brother, and when I was younger, I used to think he was so cool. I used to think that he was the coolest. I used to think his friends were really cool, and I used to try and like play video games in his room, but he would always kick me out of his room. My best friend child, he has a really good relationship with his younger sister, and she talks to him about everything, and they get on so well, and I admire their sibling relationship, because it's not common that you see brothers and sisters get along so well. So honestly, your sister would definitely appreciate if you were nicer to her, and just tell her that you love her once in a while. All right, love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. I know I didn't answer every single one, but it was really hard. Like, honestly, you guys asked me so many really good questions. I might do a reading your confessions video in the future, and then if you guys want advice at the end of that one, you can just write it at the bottom, and I will try and advise you on your situation. But obviously that video would be more of like a jokey one. I'm glad that we got this time to talk. Please just vent to me if you feel like you don't have anyone to talk to. I might not see it straight away, and even if I don't see it ever, it's just good to get that energy out, okay? And sometimes writing things out can really put things into perspective for you and help you heal a lot faster from things. And if you don't feel comfortable DMing me, write it out in a journal. Honestly, journaling has really helped me recently. Also, Happy New Year! Oh my god, I forgot to say that at the intro, but Happy New Year. Yeah, all right. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Ew, it sounds so dry today, but I'm gonna kiss you on your forehead. You better stop playing with me.